And I think that really Islam is starting to make sense for him. There's everything that he wants from an ideology or from an idea or from a way of life. And I think that he is courageous enough. I do believe he's courageous enough if he does believe in Islam to announce that and to make that public.
When it comes to the Jordan Peterson discussion, right?
Yeah.
How well received do you think it was by him and by the audience?
It was one of the most well-received things. I probably think it was the most well-received things I've done.
Wow.
Especially with non-Muslims. I think the amount of, with him, I mean, as you saw in that particular thing, it was well received with him, and I've built a relationship with him, I hope. Because the thing is with Peterson, I think he appreciates disagreeableness. I mean, he says it himself. People that, make it in life are those who disagree. And people that are yes men around him, I don't think he respects that too much. So the fact that I wasn't afraid in my public discourses to show my disagreement with him, but at the same time, try and show him respect and not be antagonistic to him or provocative to him or disrespectful to his placement, that was a very, very hard thing to do, because it's easier to kind of let your punches go, if you like. You're doing one thing, you don't have to moderate yourself, you don't have to mitigate your own responses. But with Peterson, it was difficult because I had to make sure that I played the fight, I held the stick by the middle. And so I felt like in many ways, the fact that I was restraining myself from being overly brash or all of the other kind of, I would say, vices that I have typically in my personality structure, I was trying to restrain them. I think from that angle, it was good because it allowed me to work on my weaknesses more than accentuate my strengths. And so anything that allows you to work on your weaknesses rather than accentuate your strengths, I think is a golden opportunity and one that will build your character. So from that angle, I think it was good for me, and hopefully it was good for him as well. And it's been viewed by almost 2 million people now. For the time, is pretty good, and it's one of the most, I think, if not the most commented on video on his channel, in his entire channel. So there's a lot of engagement. I think it was positive, and the aim of the game really is to make the environment a more tolerable one for the Muslim community in the West, and to build bridges of communication and understanding. And I think that those objectives were met.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. Especially from what I've seen as well. I think, alhamdulillah, it was very well received. So when it comes to Jordan Peterson, how is he off the camera compared to on the camera? Is there any difference?
I think he's pretty authentic guy, to be honest with you. I do actually think he's an authentic guy. I don't know. I haven't really spoken to him too much off the camera to be able to make an informed judgment about him. Especially from our paradigm, we have to kind of like be with the person a lot, travel with them, do business with them, that kind of thing, before we can actually make a judgment on the character. But we can give him the benefit of the doubt. And I think that really Islam is starting to make sense for him. I hope it's going to start making more sense for him as the time goes on, because it's everything that he wants from an ideology or from an idea or from a way of life. It's everything that he's been speaking about. All the diagnoses that he's had of gender relations in the West is a lot of it. I'm not going to say all of it, but much of it is in line with the Islamic discourse. So I think that he can, and obviously his anti-nihilist discourses and so on and so forth, a lot of it is commensurate with Islam. So I hope that he looks into that properly and he gives it a chance. And I think that he is courageous enough. I do believe he's courageous enough if he does believe in Islam to announce that and to make that public. Because to be honest with you, for him to have me on his podcast, knowing what kind of a personality I am, and he did know what kind of things I did in the past and whatever, I think is a show of bravery. I think it's a show of courage. And I think it will be equally a show of courage, if not more so, if he was to convert to Islam. It would probably be one of the biggest conversions of the 21st century. And so if we can in any way be a facility of that or facilitate that, then that would be amazing.